Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, y'all. Every single day. You are now, ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Hey, I thank everyone for tuning in. I thank everyone for chopping up with Captain Will. I appreciate all the love. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. And wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, follow Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. We got to go today, y'all. I said we got to go today, y'all. We talking about Gamecock recruiting, the latest updates in Gamecock recruiting. We talking about the 2025 class. We talk about the 2026 class. We talk about future endeavors for potentially Gamecocks playing at the Colonial Life Arena for the three-time national champions. But before we get into all that, it is Friday. We made it to Friday. It was a hurricane going down, and prayers up for the ones affected by the hurricane. And here in Charlotte, it was windy as I don't know what. But now I see the sun. I see the sun outside, and it's shot o'clock. So whatever time you might be watching your man Captain Will, it is shot o'clock. We made it to Friday. Cheers. Let's go. Let's go. So the Gamecocks have no new offers for the 2025 class. We haven't extended an offer for anyone new. Nobody. We still have the same group of offers, which is about seven offers for the class of 2025. Okay, and we'll start with Adhel Tac. And Adhel Tac has made a lot of buzz this week in regards to NIL stuff. The number one player in the class of 2025 apparently is offering $1 million of NIL money to go to the school. To whatever school she wants to go to, that school allegedly needs to pony up $1 million. She's from the state of Texas. Texas Tech and Texas and LSU were three of the suitors who I mentioned before that were leading the way. Carolina's still in her top 5. But now it seems that LSU has backed off from Adhel Tac. LSU has already gotten Devon Burridge, top 10 player in this 2025 class, one of the top combo guards in the class. They already got her. They are trending highly for one Sania Johnson. We'll talk about Sania Johnson in a little while. So they're like, nah, I ain't paying $1 million for Adhel Tac. I mean, she good, but damn, $1 million for NIL? And you know, the documentary that's going on TV is Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, whatever it is. Talk about the LSU, you know, NIL with Fly J and with Angel Reese and Lisa Dunn and you know and Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders. Yeah, 2-1. Gotta say that. Washington Commanders 2-1. First in the division, doing work this year through 3 games. But they was talking about NIL. I said it before earlier this week. The NIL game has changed college basketball, college football. It's changed everything. Will Texas Tech or Texas pony up those monies to get Adhel Tac? It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. I know what? South Carolina damn sure ain't paying $1 million for no Aaliyah Chavez. I don't care how good she is. They ain't paying $1 million for Aaliyah Chavez. She's a wonderful player. She's the #1 player in the class of 2025. Is she worth $1 million on the South Kakalaki three-time champions? No, not at all. We ain't gonna get Aaliyah Chavez. But here's the thing. We don't need Aaliyah Chavez from the 2025 class. We don't need her. They ain't gonna pay no $1 million for her to play basketball for us. No, not for South Carolina. We don't do things like that. No, you a star amongst stars. You take your place amongst the greatness of South Carolina. You know, Dawn hasn't pulled that offer yet, but I know she ain't paying. I know the NIL space at the University of South Carolina ain't paying no Aaliyah Chavez. And then the promises, you know, it's gonna be some promises. If you paying $1 million, you know it's promises of playing time, and we don't do that. We don't do no promises no playing time. We ain't promising nobody for no playing time. We ain't promising nobody for no minutes played. All those no. We go out to compete. So thank you for your service, Aaliyah Chavez, and I hope you get your monies and wherever you might go. But it won't be at South Carolina Kakalaki Gamecocks. It won't not be. And then Jada Seville. Jada Seville recently did a visit to Kansas. Okay. And you know, I like Jada Seville. Honestly, I like Jada Seville a lot. I really do. I like her a lot. But I don't have a warm and fuzzy about getting the services of one Jada Seville. I don't. Sania Johnson, we just talked about her just briefly in regards to possibly going to LSU. I think she's going to go to LSU or Kentucky. She's a Kentucky girl. Kenny Brooks is doing magic down there in Kentucky, offering everybody from the 2025 class to the 2035 class. He's offering everybody. He's offering third graders. He's offering fifth graders. He's offering people on the playground. He's giving everybody off. You get it offer. You get it offer. You get it offer. Everybody get offer from the University of Kentucky. That's how he's doing business. And you throw a bunch of darts at the board, and eventually something's going to hit. And that's how Kenny Brooks is working this thing. A got maker, who I love me some a got maker. I want a got maker in this basketball team. I've said it over and over and over. A got maker is the #4 player in this country, in this class of 2025. She's a player that can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and can do all of everything. We need a wing player, a got maker. Come to the University of South Carolina in this class. You can be her. I want her on this basketball team. Denia Prawl, I really like Denia Prawl earlier in the process. Really like her. Now she's trending in Miami or Arizona. Kaylin Carroll is a player who will feel a need for South Carolina, but we were late to the process for this player. And you know what, with Jada Seville, I'm wrong. Jada Seville, I think Jayla Davis, I believe she is the one that actually did a visit to Kansas. So I might be wrong on that piece. And with Jayla Davis visiting Kansas, she's a Midwest girl. It is what it is. Those are the 7 players. Those are the 7 players that South Carolina has right now with recruiting offers. The list isn't that many because the list has gotten smaller and smaller once players like Lauren Jacobs decided to commit to Ole Miss. Once players like Jazzy Davison committed to the other USC. Feel some type of way about it still. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about that. And Don's not okay. Here, Captain Will's a lesson on September 27th on recruiting. Dawn Staley's not going to just reach for a player to fill an allotment because a player is gone. This ain't NCAA football 2024 on Xbox where, okay, I got a running back who's leaving. I need to get a running back to replace that. Even though now the running back is a 5-star recruit, a 5-star player. So I got to get a running back. So I'm going to get a two-star recruit because nobody else want to come. No, South Carolina don't roll like that. South Carolina don't roll like that. So if you're not gonna get a player from that certain standard, you don't get nobody. You get nobody. And you just wait for the transfer portal because you're gonna have players in the transfer portal because you always have it. You always have players in the transfer portal that is not happy with their current situation. Because you got teams and you got players going to less teams, promise this, promise that, and when they get to the situation, oh, I'm not happy. I saw something on television that a college football player is getting ready to transfer for the 5th time. Getting ready to transfer the 5th time. I don't know what his degree gonna look like whenever he graduates, if he hasn't already graduated. But you're talking about the 5th time transferring, trying to find the right situation. Ain't no such thing as the right situation. Because you ain't gonna find the right situation, the perfect situation for every thing that comes up as a college kid playing a college sport. And if you continue to chase that NIL money, you're gonna end up chasing something outside the door. Fifth one, and then also go back to high school. Go back to high school. I think the brother transferred high schools 3 or 4 times. This ain't AAU, and that's how they treat it. They treat it like AAU. I'm about to this AAU team. I'm gonna go to this AAU team. I'm gonna go to that AAU team, so I can find the right, perfect fit. So I can get the most minutes. So I can get the biggest exposure. So I can get the most playing time. That ain't the way it works. How about sit your butt down, get better, and get on the field? What's up with that? What is up with that? I don't get it. But that's just what it is right now. Real facts. That's what it is right now. I expect South Carolina to be active in the portal after the season, after we win another championship, after Tahina Pow lights it up and goes on to the W, after Bree Hall lights it up and goes to the W, after Sania Feagin lights it up and goes to the W. That's what I expect. Sania Walker goes on and finish her eligibility and be a assistant coach on the South Carolina Gamecocks, players coach. One of those things, intern, all those good things. That's what I want. This is what I want. But in terms of the 2026 class, it's a little different. There's a whole bunch of targets on that South Carolina dartboard that we're trying to get. And we're only going to talk about a couple. We're going to talk about a couple today. And for the 2026 class, we'll break it down in increments. First one is Amari Byles. Amari Byles recently did a visit to the University of South Carolina, an unofficial visit, came to the University of South Carolina. If you have not heard about Amari Byles, I've been following her for a minute on Twitter, a couple years. So I've watched the growth of this young lady. Currently, she's a 17th ranked player, 6'2" forward from Texas. Texas is growing them out there. I just got to say that. But let's take a look at one, Amari Byles. There's a few things that I love about Amari Byles. You saw her in all her glory. What I love about Amari Byles is her defensive intensity. Yes, she can do so much with a basketball on the offensive end. I get it. I like it. I like her size. I like her skill. I like her ability to score the basketball. I like that. 6'2". I love those qualities on the offensive end.
what I love about Amari Byles is her defensive intensity, her defensive ability. Amari Byles might be the best defender in the class of 2026. Yeah. She might be the best defender in that class. And things that stick out for Gamecock fans. If these things don't stick out for you as Gamecock fans, you need to go check yourself. Okay, go do an attitude adjustment, because these are things that stands out for Gamecock fans of what you should want as a Gamecock. Number one, you want talent. You want a talented basketball player. You want a player who brings something elite to the table to the University of South Carolina. Number two, you want a player who's different. And when I say different, I'm talking about different on the defensive end. Because there are reasons why South Carolina women's basketball has been elite, has been the number one defense for years on top of years. They have the lowest defensive rating for years on top of years. And my wife and I was having a conversation last night in reference to, Camila Cardoza not being there, who won the defensive player of the year. And in reference to Ashlyn Watkins possibly not being there, who had the lowest defensive rating in college basketball last year, 2.5 block shots per game. What the conversation was, what's going to go on with the defense? And what I said, nothing. The defense still would be elite without Camila Cardoza and possibly without a Ashlyn Watkins. She's like, bro, what are you talking about? I'm like this right here. We have elite talent on this basketball team. Elite. Offensively and defensively. We have the best perimeter defender on this basketball team, and her name is Raven Johnson. We have potentially the second best perimeter defender in the conference or in nationally in MiLaysia Fulwiley. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some player named Chloe Kitts who can defend. Yes, she can. There's a player named Sania Feagin whose defensive rating was below 80. Sania Feagin can defend. The prowess of the days of we talk about Sania Feagin can't defend, those days are over. I don't want to hear that stuff no more. It is over. It is over. It is done. Put the dirt over it. Is over. Sania Feagin can defend. Can she defend like Ashlyn Watkins? No, she cannot. But damn, nobody else in the country can either. There's a player that is 6'6". Her name is Adhel Tac. Ladies and gentlemen, she can defend. There's a player named Joyce Edwards who's 6'3", who can defend. Ain't worrying about that. But back to Amari Byles. I want players like Amari Byles on my basketball team. I want players who are 17th in the country, who is an elite talent, but also can guard you and has a size to guard multiple positions. We say that a lot. Oh, such and such can guard all 5 positions. Well, in actuality, no, they can't. That's a lie, but they say it all the time. So if you say it all the time, you find out that you might be believing it. No, they can't. They can't guard all positions. It's not true. But a player like Amari Byles at 6'2" can legitimately guard multiple positions on the basketball court. That's who I want as a South Carolina Gamecock. I'm throwing my hat in the ring right now. Amari Byles should come to South Carolina. It's early. It's September 27th. It's a Friday. But I want some Amari Byles. This next player is the number 1 player in the class of 2026. Her name is none other than Sania Hall. Let's check her out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, followers of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Sania Hall is a problem. She's a problem in this 2026 recruiting class. She is a problem, and she's going to be a problem for many years. Sania Hall, 6-foot guard. She's from Ohio, decided to transfer to Montverde in Florida, which is that factory private school of amazing basketball players. And she's going to be playing on the same team with a God Maker who also transferred over. Sania Hall is special. She is legitimately, for sure, the best player in this 2026 class. She is one of the best scorers of the basketball in this class. She's the best one-on-one player in high school basketball, and that includes Aaliyah Chavez. She is that elite in terms of creating her own shot. She will make you look crazy. She will break your knees and your ankles and your toes with that mid-range jumper. She can kick it back out to the three. She can do so many things on the basketball court. I would love to have a player, the skill level of Sania Hall going into her junior year. She's special. I love a player like that who can take control of the offense, who can use her size to kind of almost bully you inside and score the ball, who can shoot at multiple levels. She's going to be a problem. She's going to be a problem for college basketball in a couple of years. And and we've offered her back last year, June of 2023, we offered Sania Hall. So this is before she started her sophomore season. This girl is true. This girl is the truth. And she will look amazing in a Gamecock uniform. This includes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Tell somebody. That's your job for the day, Friday. Tell somebody about Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Because you're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.
J-Rock did this beat.